Hi, I'm Rick Wegley, and this is Ask NCM, where we attempt to answer frequently asked questions from our clients from all over the country. Today's question is, how do we tear down the silos between our departments and our dealerships? The first question I'd have to ask is, do we recognize we may be part of the problem? First thing we have to realize is that we created these silos over years, mostly by playing the blame game within our dealerships. We got tired of trying to negotiate with other department managers, and what we did is we stopped communicating. And then we started putting up barriers between our dealerships that just typically paralyzed all of our operations and the relationships that we tried to create over the years. It became part of the culture in the store. And first thing you'd have to do before we could proceed would be to promise me that you'll promise yourself that we won't play the blame game anymore, because nobody ever wins. When you became a manager in your dealership, you gave up the right to complain laterally or to anybody down below you. You can only complain up to your superiors. And if there's issues within your store that you need to address between departments, you may want to get your general manager or dealership involved. But the first thing that we have to understand is we have to accept responsibility for our own actions as well. When you go back to your store tomorrow, I want you to try to start tearing down those walls. And the best way to do that would be to reach out to your fellow managers and open up the communications. Try to get your goals aligned with what your total dealership is trying to accomplish. Understanding that communication is the key to this success, because you set the tone in your store when you walk in the door every day. And how you communicate with your employees and how you treat and react with your other managers sets the tone for everything else that takes place within your department and your dealership. Openly requesting a stand down would be a good place to start. Finding common ground. It's not a perfect world, and we're not all going to have the same opinion on every topic within our dealership. But the more we get to communicate about these differences that we have and try to understand and align our goals within the dealership and accept responsibility for our own department and our own actions, that's how we get beyond the silos within the dealership. So talk to your people. Look at the challenges objectively in your store, and when you get back to your store tomorrow, make a commitment to start tearing down the silos. Thank you for joining us today. If you have a question you'd like to have addressed on a future segment of Ask NCM, please send your request to askncm@ncmassociates.com.